Starting off early. So I hope everybody is having a great day or evening. So I want to get started on the general reading for the collective. Let me see. Let's see, I have my tarot cards. Got them ready. So today it's kind of warm in NYC. A little too warm for my taste, but I'm grateful to be alive to be able to complain. So I hope everybody is doing well, staying safe, and yeah. So I'm gonna do this general reading for the collective. Let's see what the current energy is, and then with that, we'll find out. We'll go into yes or no questions, but that will be after the first 30 minutes. So the first 30 minutes of this live stream is going to be dedicated to a general energy check-in, current energy check-in. So the messages may resonate with some of you, all of you, or none of you. So please take the messages that resonate and leave the rest behind. So let's see. Let me see something too. Okay, I have that on. All right. So I see I have a first customer. No, it's not a customer yet. Hi, whoever's there. My name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. If you're new here, or welcome back if you're returning. I hope you're having a good day. So I'm going into the Revealing the Truth Oracle deck. So whatever messages come out, they may be resonating with you at this moment. It could be something that resonates from the past, or it may be something that you need to look out for in the future. So let's see. What message does the collective need to know at this time? What message does the collective need to know at this time? Spirit, angels, guides. Please provide us with clear messages that the collective needs to know at this time. That is for the highest and greatest good. What messages does the collective need to know at this time? Okay, well, anything else? Wow, that's funny. This card came out like that. Wow, okay, that card came out a little weird, but I'm gonna... Ooh, you know what's so interesting? This is like relationship stuff. And this is the Revealing the Truth. It could be about any life situation that you're going through. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship, but it could be about a family member, someone that you care about, love. It doesn't have to be someone that you want to rub uglies with, you know, as some people like to say. But the first card that we have, at the bottom it says adjust. This is about adjusting to any circumstances, being adaptable, flexible, accommodating, compensate, and balance. But I also like to look at this card as also a karma card. You know, if there's something that has been off balance, there may be some sort of balance being restored. And if there has been some unfairness, there may be some sort of compensation, you know. So maybe like karmic justice, you know, or some accommodation made for you. But the first card that we have, though, is Divine Intervention, Serendipity, Catalyst, and Karma. I forgot this card said karma. I did mention karma. Then we have Crown, owner, master, top level. This is about leveling up, taking control, claiming your crown, your sovereignty. Sorry, this came out a little weird, so we're gonna remember that. I'm noting that. Sorry, the unspoken apology, eternal regret. So the fact that it came out a little bit weird, I'm gonna say that there may be somebody that knows they need to apologize, but may be in their ego and not wanting to, you know, or there may be some sort of apology coming in and may not be authentic. And it's just because the way the card came out. You know, some people apologize because they just want to like resolve the issue, but not bring some sort of balance or justice into it, you know. But sometimes, you know, some people do it for the right reasons and some people do it for selfish reasons. Now we have encounter, meet by chance, love at first sight, crush. So the encounter card doesn't necessarily have to be that. It could just be that, yeah, you meet someone by chance, like someone brand new, or it's someone that you met by chance, or this is someone that you may be running into, right? So I'm trying to read it in all ways that it may resonate with you. I try to make the message as clear and broad as possible because everybody's situation is different. Miss you, miss, wait, eager, and divine timing. We have divine intervention and divine timing on the table with worth. I wanted to say worth the wait. For some of you, it may be worth the wait. That's not what it says on this card. Wrong time, right time, wait. So I feel like some of you may feel this energy or this sudden surge to take some sort of action. You know, hey Shantae, how are you? So some of you, or this could be somebody coming towards you that may be wanting to apologize. So there may have been some sort of change, something that is causing someone or even you to want to make some sort of change, make an adjustment, bring balance. It's a serendipity. That's about destiny. It's about things happening, like it says, like meet by chance. Divine timing, you know. But the apology with card here is indicating that for some of you, there's someone that wants to apologize. But with the crown card, for me, I feel like someone has probably got karma, or they're taking accountability, they're understanding, they're saying things clearly. Now they're more enlightened, maybe has some sort of epiphany. And with crown, owner, master, top level, this could be somebody that is who has had to pay their dues, or this could be somebody that is taking accountability, you know, or giving your flowers is what I want to say too. They're acknowledging your power, they're acknowledging your place, they're acknowledging your authority. And this person may want to come forward and apologize. But like I mentioned, this card came out a bit weird. So the apology, depending on who this person is and, you know, their behavior in the past, their apology may be sus to you. But if this is someone that you have not had contact with in a while, you may be running into them. And that could be what is causing this, what may be the catalyst. And that may be where the person feels this desire or surge to want to apologize to you. This person may become aware of how much regret that they have. You know, sometimes when you're like out of sight, out of mind, but then when you see somebody that you have a history with, and then they remember whatever you shared, the moments, the good times, the bad times, and then they see their part in the situation, they see your part, but it's more about seeing your own part, you know, because you can't really perceive what someone else is feeling or thinking. You can only know for sure what you're thinking yourself. So that may be what's causing this person, like just encountering you, running into you. It may be what is causing this person to want to apologize. You know, if this is somebody that, it does, like I said in the beginning, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be a partnership. It could be a colleague. It could be a friend, family. You know, it could be anything where this person may miss you, miss spending time with you. This could have been somebody that you've been waiting for, or this could be someone who's waiting for the right time to come forward to make this gesture, this to apologize to someone. But it's like everything is happening for a reason. It's like everything is aligning for whatever this encounter is meant to like resolve or is meant to close out, depending on the situation itself. When there's an apology, there tends to be like a closure of some sort of issue or a matter that left someone feeling like they were wronged, left somebody feeling like they weren't treated fairly, and someone may be regretful of that, and maybe the time apart has allowed this person to adjust, to see where there has been some imbalance. Maybe it's allowed them to clear their mind, clear their head, and become enlightened. Because we do have the crown. This could be somebody that is important, or they're realizing your importance in their life with the key card. Key people, core of the problem. They may realize that they're the core of the problem, and that was something that they needed to fix within themselves, balance within themselves. Because remember, when we're balanced, we're bringing balance ourselves and balance in different situations, regardless of how balanced the situation is, how fair or just, equal or imbalance, whatever. You're the balance, you know? But it's like whatever this is, like I said, this is closing something out because we have the sunset card. To me, sunsets indicate the closing of a cycle, the ending of a day, right? Because when the sun's setting, it's going to turn into night. So the day has ended. So something's ending, something's closing out. Somebody is probably going to sacrifice something, or realizing that they had to sacrifice something in order to make something right with an apology. But for some of you, like I said, I didn't like the way this card came out because it came out kind of weird and flipped. But it's something to note. Some of you may question the authenticity of this person's apology. And that may be why that card came out weird. You may be wondering if the person has an underlying motive. If this person is genuinely regretful for what they've done, or just saying what they need to say to get what they want, you know? So, do you think so, Shantae? Because I was in the middle of rewatching. Earlier today, I was rewatching the reading because sometimes I do the reading and then I don't know what I was talking about. And then I have to watch it later on just to get like, oh, that's it. And then I have to put the new title and everything. But hi, Prince. How are you? I want to know, what is this person? I'm probably not going to read these cards in the order that they came out. I'm just going to read them and then we'll put the story together. I want to know what this person is sorry for. What is this person sorry for? We got 3 of Cups coming out. Oops. 3. Oh my gosh. 3 of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. I don't know if this person was dealing with another person, if there was a third party. If this person was going back and forth between you and another person, or that's something that you thought. I don't think it's something you thought. I think it's something that they probably did. I don't know how far, but I don't need to know how far it went. But we have the Three of Cups, shows three people. This is about celebration, just having good times, spending time with family, friends, socializing, social gatherings. But then we have the Three of Pentacles. Somebody, team, collaboration. I don't know if this has to do with work. If somebody was, okay, I'm gonna give a scenario. I don't know if this could resonate, but this is what's coming up to me. I don't know if somebody was hanging out with somebody from work and are in third party situation and probably was flirting. I don't know if it even went to the point where it could have even gotten physical, but there could have been something that happened. Somebody, it's looking like a third party type of situation. You know, I don't know if somebody was flirting, because the Knight of Cups is someone who's romantic. Someone who, he's still young and immature. He's probably still exploring their options. Most likely not in a stable place, because they're a knight. They're not a king. The kings are the stable forces because they're established. So this could be somebody who is not established. That may resonate with you. This could be somebody that could be younger than you, or it's just someone who may come off as a bit immature, who may be emotionally immature. But it could be somebody who's exploring their options, or they were just somebody that may have been flirting with somebody else, or could have even gone as far as having some sort of encounter. That could be what the encounter card is too. You know? So this person may want to apologize because of something regarding another person. It could be another woman, another man, regardless of gender or identity. But with the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles, I don't know if it has to do with work. Somebody may have been going out with somebody from work, because the Three of Pentacles has to do with work, money. Money is involved. And usually the Three of Pentacles is about teamwork, collaboration. So that's why I think it could be like a third party type of situation. It could be. So, but I want to know what this encounter is, because so far we're saying this person is regretful about possibly putting someone in a third party situation. A card just fell. Thick thighs save lives. This card came out in the reverse. All the cards are upright. I know this person knows they fucked something up. They know I don't know how the relationship is, how serious the relationship is, but they brought 10 of Cups. They made somebody very unhappy. It's like homewrecker type of energy, because the 10 of Cups in the upright is like happy home, happy life, happy wife. Doesn't have to be married or anything, but in the reverse, I don't know if somebody was married and then, that may not resonate with everybody. I don't know if somebody was married and then they were flirting with somebody from work. Okay, but I want to know what this encounter card is. It doesn't have to be married. It could be a serious commitment, because it's funny, because underneath the sacrifice card was commitment. And when you think of commitment, when it comes to love situations, is marriage. Even like engagement, that's a commitment. Being in a committed relation is a relationship is a commitment, you know? So okay, we got two cards. Queen of Cups, encounter with Queen of Cups. Four of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups with the Four of Pentacles, it could indicate that if you do run into this person, you may resonate as being someone who is a Queen of Cups energy, someone who is very sensitive, loving, empathic, compassionate, emotional, you know. But I feel like if this is you, this encounter probably, there's a third party situation and you found out about this encounter, You may be holding back your emotions because we have the Queen of Cups with the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles has to do with reservation. You're reserving your love, you're reserving your emotion. It's a way of protecting yourself because you do not want to give into somebody who may be giving to someone else. And it doesn't have to be like a marriage. Take the message as it resonates, because some people are married, some people aren't. And this is something that already happened. This is something where somebody wants to apologize. So tell me more about the Queen of Cups with the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I don't know, like, another thing is too, like, after this situation, you may have been not wanting to put yourself out there because it really turned you off. Like, you were like, no, I'm going to be holding on to my cookies because the last time I gave my cookies away, somebody didn't value them. They didn't appreciate them. They wanted more cookies. They were being selfish. They wanted cookies somewhere else. They wanted other person's cookies. But then it's like, you have the Seven of Cups here too. There may have been some sort of confusion about this. And that could be where if this is you, if you resonate, you may be holding back because you don't feel like it's safe for you to give when you're not entirely sure if, like, say this person comes back with apologizing. Like, you need more clarity. You need more. If this person, say you were to encounter, I'm trying to read this in so many different ways. That's why it's kind of switching up. If, like, say this person comes back and you encounter them and they want to apologize to you, you may be reserving the right to accept or reject this apology because you're not sure if this person is being honest with you, if they're creating illusions, if they're trying to confuse you, or you're just feeling emotionally confused and you feel like, well, if I'm feeling this way, then the best thing for me to do is to not engage, not to give in, because I don't want to be investing in something that's not a sure thing, you know? And I feel like that's valid because if you've been in situations in the past where there was mixed feelings, inconsistency, and you didn't really feel stable and secure in a relationship, you know how the damage it can cause when you try to give into something and then it ends up, it just ends up being the opposite of what you hoped for, you know? So if you do encounter this, that could also be too, you encountering this person could cause you to want to retreat because you seeing them, if it has been some time, because we have divine intervention and divine timing coming on both ends. Them coming forward, apologizing to you, saying they miss you, it may cause you to feel confusion too, because of if this person will put you in a third party situation, you remember the feelings you had when you were with them before and after you found out. You know, so that could be confusing. You're like, you remember the good times, but then you remember what they did to ruin the relationship, to break it down, you know? The Ten of Cups in reverse is the breakdown, you know? I know we like to say the homewrecker is the person, the third party that knows that someone's in a relationship, but I feel like that's giving too much pressure to someone. I mean, too much power to some skank or turd man, you know, who got in between your relationship. The person that's the actual homebreaker is the one that was committed to you. You know, the person that, if this resonates with you, if someone puts you in a third party situation, that third party is nothing but a catalyst. They're nothing more than that. They don't have any importance other than to show you where your relationship was weak, who the weak link was in the relationship, you know? So if this person knew you were with this, if the person that's the third party knew they were with you and they still dealt with them, then you already know they were just a karmic. They were just a test. They were just showing you the weakness in your relationship. They were showing the person, you were being shown the person you were with. That person, they're nobody other than like a trigger. So you can't like be like, oh, she's a homewrecker. No, She did her job. She saved you. You know, she showed you the truth. Yeah, she's a piece of shit, or he's a piece of shit. You know, but I'm sorry, some people, but that's the truth. You know, it's the truth. I know some people go like, yeah, like I was talking about confusion, even conflicting feelings within yourself. This is like the 5 points of like, do I want this? You know, but that bastard cheated on me, and then like he was a liar. Like it's like all these rationalizations, you know, that you may be having, and that may be causing the conflict, the emotional and mental conflict. You know, these competing thoughts and ideas about this relationship, and whether if this person was to come back, will you accept their apology? I don't mean to sound judgmental, but some people choose to fuck with people who are in relationships because they're pieces of shit. I'm sorry, if you know somebody's married and you still fuck with them, you're a piece of shit. You're a chess piece. You know, you were, I'm sorry. So I know people are not gonna like it, but you did your job. You had your purpose. Okay. You had your purpose. And I'm not, it's not to shame anybody. I'm, you know what? I'm being so judgmental right now, and I'm sorry, you know? But the thing is, there's people who actually go out of their ways to try to ruin a relationship. But in their mind, that's a delusion. You're crazy. Because the person that ruined the relationship was the one that was in a commitment. So don't delude yourself in thinking you were that powerful. You weren't, you know, because that person gave in. You know, they were weak. You know, that doesn't make you better. That doesn't make you the better woman because you got somebody's, or better man because you got somebody's partner to cheat with you. That doesn't make you better, you know. You were just a catalyst, you know. So I know there's some people that just they get off on doing that, but I think it's pathetic, you know. So yeah, I am being judgmental. There's something wrong with people that want to do that, to hurt other people, to destroy families. But then there's something wrong with people who have a family and then they engage with people outside of the relationship and in turn basically fall for the bait. Yeah, that's what the third party is. It's bait. You know, I'm trying to find a way to put it, but I know people are gonna hate me. That's okay. That's okay. There's a thin line between love and hate. Okay, another card fell. Yeah, like with this, with the miss you, it's like, can you accept this person's emotional gestures? You know, you're going to be looking at their cup. You're going to be inspecting it. You're not going to just accept it. You're going to see if it has anything of value in it. You know, is it coming from a place of authenticity? Is it a place of honesty? Is this coming from ego? I don't know if this is something the person has done before too, because of the 3 cups behind. I don't know, because sometimes I know people, they're in marriage, in a connection, and the person could cheat multiple times, but it gets to the point where you're like, no, this is not a mistake. This is your personality. You know? You know what I mean? Rezi, you could go on. You could Google that. You could Google that. You could ask the AI overview to let you know what that means. Oh my gosh. But that's so funny that Rezia was asking about the 2 of Cups, because we have the 2 of Cups here showing up. Yeah, you contemplate, like, is this something, do you want to partner up with this person? Do you want to reunite with this person? But you're evaluating this cup that they're coming with the I miss you. I miss you. What do they miss? They miss being with you. They miss talking to you. Miss seeing your face. They miss. The Ten of Swords came out. I wonder why the Ten of Swords came out with the They miss. No, why would they miss the Ten of Swords? Tell me about the Ten of Swords with the Four Cups and Two Cups. You know what? I feel like this person's taking accountability. Because you see, there's the Ten of Swords with the Five of Swords. This person knows. They take accountability for what they've done. They want to take accountability. Because when I look at this, it's like the Four of Swords is about healing. And then right here is the One Sword. Altogether is 5. But this one is like the Ace of Swords. And then these are the Four Swords. This person, I feel like this person wants to make amends. Yeah, I feel like they want to take the swords out of your back. They know that they've hurt you and they have regret. And it doesn't have to be they actually cheated. You know, I know I went off on a little rant, but like I just went a little. Today has been a day at work. But I feel like because depending, like people have different ideas about what cheating is. You know, like for me, if I catch you talking to another woman and you're with me, to me, that's cheating. Because it's like, why the fuck are you talking to another woman? Why are you flirting with another woman? Why you have her number? Why are you sending pictures? Like that type of thing. Like, no, you're married. You shouldn't be doing stuff like that. You know, or you're in a relationship with me. You're not supposed to be doing stuff like that. To me, I feel like that is betrayal. To me, that is cheating. That's like pre-cheating, you know? Because what's the whole point of sending pictures and messages to somebody? We do that when we're flirting and we're trying to progress something into. So maybe some of you may have caught somebody before they actually follow through with it. Or you may have found out this person was doing that and they may have cheated. This may not resonate with everybody. I hate to think. I mean, I've been in this type of situation before, so I speak from experience, and I think the experience is what's causing me to feel like come out as very judgmental, you know? Yeah, the Page of Cups and but I feel like this person, they miss having intimacy with you as well. Because we have the Knight of Wands, the Passion Knight. They miss that. But I don't know, for part of me feels like this person wants to take the swords out of your back. Because they know they put them there. Because you see in the back, you see there's 2 people. This is about winning at all costs, but we have the Ten of Swords, and then this guy's coming out with the 5. Like, I feel like this person knows he put those swords in your back. And I'm saying he because it's a guy in the picture. You know, it could have been a she too, you know? Or they want to pull the swords out of your back. When I said that, I just thought of, you know, that phrase people say when you're getting intimate, you blow somebody's back out. Like maybe that could be that too. With the knight. But then you see the apology, like the Page of Cups is like, they call it like somebody coming back like, I'm sorry, I messed up, you know? I feel like they're feeling motivated. Because the Knight of Wands is someone who's motivated, who has the energy, who's getting that, oh God, that's a word where you feel like you have to do something. It's not obligated, but it's like you want to do it. Motivated, I don't know what word I want to say, but it's like somebody wants to. They may be that. there's something that's motivating this person to want to come forward with an apology and pull the swords out of your back. Like I said, it doesn't have to be like they were banging somebody, you know? It could be flirting. But everybody has their own idea about what cheating is. Okay, so, ooh, this ring is going long. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like this person wants to take ownership of what they did wrong. They want to take ownership. They had some sort of epiphany that is what's causing them to come take ownership. You know, sometimes people don't realize they're doing something wrong until somebody else outside of the situation points it out and gives them a different perspective. And then this is where the enlightenment comes in, because they were like, sometimes you'd be like, oh, she's just jealous. No, dude or dudette, that was disrespectful what you did. You know, you're not supposed to be doing this or that while you're in a relationship. Sometimes it takes an outside person to give somebody a different perspective and help them change their mindset about something, you know, and that could be the key person. That key person is probably what is enlighten somebody that, yeah, you fucked up, you know, and the person's like, oh, I did. I'm sorry. I got to take ownership. I had to be accountable. I want to come forward and apologize. I miss you. And that may be the encounter too. The encounter is they want to meet up with you. They may want to run into you. Some of you may even run into this person. Sometimes shit like that happens. Like when somebody admits something or they acknowledge something, it's like something happens where it's like the universe is like moving everything, and then it's like somehow you and this person collide. You know what I mean? You're like, you meet up, you run into each other. And that's what gives this person that opportunity as well. But it's like all this has to happen. The divine intervention has to happen. And once that happens, the wheel of fortune, it's like it's set into motion. The wheels are now in motion where everything seems to align. Because I know, like, have you ever experienced a situation? It doesn't have to be a romantic thing. It could be like everything, like when you see something and then you take action with it, but then it's like it goes through. Like everything, like no hit, everything goes off without a hitch. Like it's smooth. And you were like, damn, that was so easy. It could be anything. You know, like you applied for something and then you're approved. Or because you applied for it at the right time. You may have applied for it in the past and it didn't like go through, but then it was like this time you applied and it was like, it went smoothly. You didn't have any hiccups. You didn't have to do anything extra. You didn't need to jump through any hoops. It was just like everything was lined up. Everything was aligned. And I think that alignment happens once this person takes accountability. And I think it may be somebody, an outside person, that is what's enlightening them. And that it sets the wheel into motion and creates the opportunity for you and this person to encounter each other, you know. But not everybody's situation is the same, you know. Some people will take accountability. Some people may want to come back and apologize because they miss intimacy, or this person wants to come back and take ownership, admit to what they've done wrong. And look at the sun. The sun is about enlightenment. It's happiness, but it's things being coming into light. And if you look at the adjust card, it's the same thing. It kind of looks like this halo, looks like the sun around them. So this person definitely is going to be enlightened. And that's what's causing this chain of events, where this person feels compelled to come forward, to make things right, pull those swords out of your back, and want to, but then it's all a matter of you accepting. Are you accepting this? You know, can you trust that this person's not creating illusion? Are they being honest? Are you going to make the right choice? Whatever choice you make is the one that's right for you, because based on your situation, because everybody's situation is different, right? But that it could be conflicting, and that may be where you need to take a step back, reflect before you act, make a decision, you know, before you accept or reject that cup that may be coming towards you with this apology. Wow, look at this. Some of you, you and this person may reunite because you will take that time to look back, reflect, and then you got the lovers here. But ultimately, the lovers is about making the choice, making the right choice. Are you going to reunite or are you going to keep moving? You know, but it's a matter of you taking time to think, reflect, and know if this is something that's worth saving. Is this a wish for you? Is this something that you want? Is this something that you wish for? Because some people would want their partner back, but they just want their partner to take accountability. So I'm going to leave the reading there with that. I hope that was helpful in some way. That was interesting. Sometimes I hate when I come off as being judgmental when I bring stuff up. Hi, Shaban, how are you? But yeah. But Razia, I don't know if you're still there. When it comes to tarot cards, if you're not sure what they mean, like they have different meanings based on what type of reading you're doing. So the Two of Cups is usually about partnerships. It could be a relationship, like a romantic partnership. It could be a friendship. It could even be brothers and sisters. It could even be a business relationship, a business partnership, right? But then with the moon, that indicates something that's secret, something that's hidden, something that's unknown, you know? But you also have to look at the other cards surrounding those two cards, you know? So like a basic meaning will be that there is somebody who has secret feelings that may see you, maybe keeping their feelings secret about a partnership, or someone... It's like depending on the type of question too. It depends. Because it's all about what question was asked. I'm good, thank you. So it's all dependent on the question that was asked when the card came out. And if there are any other cards on the table. Because all the other cards can influence the reading too. But it's also what you get, like what comes to your mind too when you look at those two cards. Also what you feel when you see the cards too. Does it make you happy? Does it make you sad? Anxious? Okay, some cards fell. Okay, so, oh, hi, Princey. All right, if anyone's new here, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. And sometimes I get a little preachy. I really hate when there are people that like to go purposely try to ruin a relationship. But it's like, maybe God created you that way because you're meant to do that, to show somebody how weak they are or how weak their partner is, you know? Like I said, I've been there, so. One thing I don't know. You did? Aw. Hi, Razia. I answered your question about the two cards, but I also suggest looking at AI too, like Google it. I'll be honest, sometimes when I do readings for myself, I do my own spread, right? And then I get like, sometimes I'm like, I already get a feeling of the cards, but then sometimes sometimes I go and check what AI says. And I'm like, hi, that's exactly what I got, you know? But you know, when you're reading, like for other people, there may be things that come up in your mind that the AI can catch because some certain things, symbols, images may trigger certain ideas that come up, you know? that have a deeper meaning. You know, some people might see like a little circle on the floor, but then somebody's like, oh, look at that circle. It's about eternity. You may have been going through a cycle with somebody, you know? Like, it's so subjective, you know? And that's the beauty of tarot, because not every reader is the same. We have the basic readings, the basic meaning of the cards, but each reader has their own experience, and that influences how they read the cards. Like, I'll be honest, like, if people resonate with me, it's because they resonate with the experience I have, my personal experience. You know, that's how people connect with tarot readers. When you say a zodiac reading, I only answer yes or no questions, because readings for guidance, I don't know what you mean by zodiac reading. I don't know if you mean birth chart reading, or if you're talking about a specific sign reading, like for Scorpio or Taurus, that type of thing. I don't do those types of readings, because they take up a lot of time, they take up a lot of energy, and Mama, I'm still trying to figure out how much I want to charge. I think I would, because I want to do readings, full readings like that, but it's gonna cost money, you know, because I have my life experience, but I'm also someone who likes psychology, who wants to infuse like psychology or therapy into the readings too, because I study social work, education, behavioral science. That's what I like. Okay. So let me see. So let me go through these cards, because I'm going to start answering yes or no questions. So yes or no questions are basically like, will I get the job? Can I buy a house? Will I be able to buy a house? Like yes or no questions. I won't answer questions that require like, oh, when will my boyfriend propose to me? That's not a yes or no question. So any when, what, when, where, how, why, when, or anything like that, the 5 W's, I won't answer. It's more like, can I, should I, will I, that type of question. I have to explain it because some people, English isn't their first language, so sometimes they'll ask the question and then I have to help them rephrase it so that we can make it a yes or no question. Just so you know, I talk a lot. So I don't know what you mean by zodiac reading. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna answer Prince's picture. Princey picture, huh? Picture. Why do I want to say picture? Picture. I don't know. I'm just thinking about cameras right now. Photography. All right. So I'm gonna answer Princey's question. What I do is I check the cards, they're all upright. So I take half the deck and split it, about half the deck. It's kind of hard to make it even. And then half of it is going to be reversed. And then I shuffle it. And then if it's a yes, the card will be upright. If it's a no, the card will be reversed. And sometimes the card aligns with the question. And if that happens, then I explain why that card came out. So it's kind of like you still get a mini reading with a yes or no. Okay. Oh, okay. I I don't do, I'll be honest, I haven't really been good at doing zodiac readings because I don't know what signs watch my channel, and to film a reading or to do a reading like that and not get viewed is not worth my time, you know? So that's why I do general and collective readings. Now, if people told me, oh, hey, I would like you to do a Cancer reading or something like that, then that's something I can do. But I just need enough people to want that, you know? Because I tried it before and I spent so much time and I didn't get that many views. So, okay, so let's see. Princey's question. Is Princey I'm go thank you. Is Princey moving in the right direction for their growth right now? Is Princey moving in the right direction for their growth right now? Is Princey, you have the yes. You have the yes card. But it's all a matter of making sure that you stay in balance, you know? Don't let your emotions bring you in a place where you don't feel stable. So try to remain grounded, you know, along this journey you're in, you know, as you're going through this, because growth isn't only going up. There's going to be ups and downs as you're growing, you know, but eventually you'll see yourself, you know, going higher and ascending more in whatever growth you're looking for in your life. But just understand that there's going to be ebbs and flows. So go with the flow. I hope that helps, Princey. So it's a yes for you, Princey, with the Two of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, tree hugging tea. Thank you. It's funny because I did study education, social, yeah, like basically social worker, you know? And yes, somebody told me that I look like a boss. Yeah, they tell me I look like a boss. I like that because I do feel powerful. I do. I think I've stepped into my power. In the last 2 years, I've definitely stepped. I would say last year. Yeah, I would say the last year. I really stepped into my power. There's still work to be done, though. You're welcome, Princey. Okay. Hairdresser survives. You know what's funny? I did think about going to cosmetology school. I wanted to do hair. Okay, Siobhan's question. Will Siobhan be in a relationship soon? I love beauty, makeup, all that stuff. I love that. Well, I used to have a beauty channel, but I stopped that because Mama ain't wanted to buy eyeshadow palettes all the time. She ended up having to declutter so many eyeshadow palettes because I love eyeshadow. I love doing eyeshadow looks. It's my favorite thing. Okay, will Siobhan be in a relationship soon? Will Siobhan be in a new relationship soon? Will Siobhan be in a new relationship soon? Will Siobhan be in a new relationship soon? Okay, that card, you saw that card flipped. So you have oh my goodness, the same card came out with the Two of Pentacles. So it's a yes, but this card, it flipped. I don't know if you saw it, like did a somersault, but I feel like it's a yes, but there may be certain things that are getting in your way that may be blocking you, certain boundaries. Make sure you keep up your boundaries. I wanted to say boundaries, but also there may be burdens. There may be certain things that you have to release and drop. that may interfere with you getting in a relationship. They could be, look at what you have going on and know what you can drop and what you need to hold on to. But there may be something that you're carrying with you that may interfere with you being in a relationship. But it's looking like a yes with the Two of Pentacles in the upright. But this coming out in the reverse is like saying that there's something that you need to release, that you need to let go of in order for it to happen. Because there could be a blockage. There may be something blocking you. What does justice mean? Because whenever somebody from, and Razi, I know you're from India, right? When I think of justice in India, I think of karma. So I don't know what that means. I don't know what you mean by justice, because everybody has their own idea of justice. You know, more like, are they gonna like, something bad's gonna happen to them, that type of thing, or I don't know what that means. This is what I believe about karma. I think we create our own karma based on how we feel about something. So if they don't feel bad about what they did, then they ain't gonna have any karma, you know? But if they feel bad, they have regret or anything, then karma comes from that. That's my belief about it. That's my understanding of it, because sometimes I believe that sometimes we create our own karma. So, but what does that mean? You're welcome, Siobhan. They say yes, Razia. If he caused you a lot of pain, he may experience it himself. He may experience it himself with the Three of Swords. But this card could come out because this is your energy. Because remember, didn't I tell you to forget about Merced? Forget about him. His karma will be you doing good. You know, you moving on and then finding somebody better than him. That will be his karma. You know, you should be thinking about, like, will I meet somebody new? Or, you know, that type of thing, you know? Okay, does anybody else have a yes or no question they'd like to ask? I want to see somebody. I know Tree Hugging Tea, you didn't ask a question. Do you have a question? Do you have a question, Tree Hugging Tea? I don't think you are, honestly, because if you were, you wouldn't be wasting a question on him. Okay, Tree Hugging Tea. I'm being honest with you, Razia, because if you were really detaching from him, you would not be talking about him. You'll be thinking about, like, what good will be coming towards you. You know, like, do I have something good coming in the future? Will I meet someone new? I'm being honest with you, Razia. And that's why you keep coming back, right? Okay, does anybody have another yes or no question they'd like to ask? Like, Razia, do you want to ask another one? Like a different question that doesn't involve him? It's a good question. Let's see what card comes out. Will Razia find new love? Will Razia find new love? Oh my gosh, these cards don't want to shuffle. I'm going to shuffle it this way then. Will Rezia find new love? Will Rezia? Wow. These cards. Will Rezia? Oh my god, I don't want to shuffle. Will Rezia find new love? Will Rezia find new love? Will Rezia find new love? You have a no. But I already know why. We know why, right? It's no, because right now you have to, right now you're not moving forward. You're still stuck. You know, I think once you start to really detach and not even think about him, not even want to ask questions about him, then that's when you'll be open to meeting somebody new. That's when you'll be open to having a new beginning, you know? So as long as you still have him in your mind or in your heart, then you're not going to be able to meet somebody new. Because right now it's like it's being blocked. It's like you're stalled, because this is the Six of Wands and this is someone who's victorious, you know? But if it's the reverse, it's like no, you know? So you have to move on first. And then that's when it's like right now at this moment it's looking like a no because of where you are at this, you know? I hope that helps. Okay, does anybody else have a question they'd like to ask? Getting some water. I'm trying to think of what I think I could do. Nobody else has a question? Because I could do another reading. Oh, I kind of, since it's slowed down, I'm going to do the Sassy Spirits Oracle deck. See what messages we get. I love this deck because it's so funny. To me, it's funny. It may not be funny to everybody. Okay. What does the collective need to know at this time? What message does the collective need to know at this time? That's for the highest and greatest good. Wow. Oh my God. Anything else? This card flipped. No wonder this thing is driving me crazy. I'm gonna flip this thing around. It's driving me crazy. It keeps moving and stuff. Ooh. Okay. Thank you for the hearts. I don't know. Okay, the first one is your intuition isn't ghosting you. You're just not listening. You know, sometimes this happens when you're allowing yourself to be distracted by so many different things. Like with work, with friends, with family, stress, depression, anxiety. Those things can block you from, you know, getting the messages that your intuition is trying to give to you. If some of you have been trying to manifest something or trying to bring something to life, the reason why you can't is because your vibration is low. You're miserable. It's saying you can't manifest while you're miserable. I'm not saying you're miserable. I'm reading what the card says. You can't manifest when you're miserable. If you are manifesting, sometimes you could be manifesting things that you don't even want. You know, like if you constantly think about the negative and the worrying is what you're gonna manifest. More things to worry about. You know, so this is like an indicator that some of you have to really work on improving your mental health and starting to be a little bit more optimistic. Try to look for things that you are grateful for, even if you're going through a challenging time. You know, like Skeletor says, you've survived 100% of the days, your worst days. So you could survive almost anything, you know? I say almost anything because certain things you can't survive, like a bomb dropping on you or whatever. But, you know, God forbid with this fucking war. But you can't manifest while you're miserable. And you don't suck. This card keeps coming out. I know I have not been sleeping well lately, but that's my fault. Who the hell tells me to be up at a late hour? No one. You don't suck. You just haven't slept. So some of you may be feeling not the best. It might be because you're pushing yourself beyond a certain limit, trying to force something by forcing yourself to stay up. But sometimes, you know, that could have to do with mental health. Your sleep can affect your mental health. So if you're always tired, and you're going to be feeling miserable, and that in turn is going to not allow you to really manifest or attract things that you really want. So it's important for you to take time to rest, to nourish your body, and not rely on artificial sources of energy. Because somebody may be drinking too many energy drinks, you know, too much energy drinks and not enough sleep. So that's that. And look at this. Stop looking for closure. Start looking for chocolate. So instead of waiting for someone to come around to apologize, to provide you some sort of clarity, and this is something I've read before with this card, just look for ways that you can comfort yourself. And you don't literally have to go eat a box of chocolates. You could just go do the things that make you happy, that fulfill you, that remind you that you're grateful to be alive, despite whatever sadness you may be experiencing, you know? And another thing is delete the text, block the number, reclaim your peace. There may be somebody that you need to disconnect from, especially if they've been a source of stress, anxiety, haven't really been doing much but making you, you know, draining you in a way. This could be somebody that's draining to you, you know, but you could also be draining your energy dealing with somebody that you're waiting for closure from. No, you need to take care of yourself, nourish yourself, do the things that make you happy, but also block people who aren't for you, you know? So that's that. With that card, I'm going to answer Shantae's question. Okay, Shantae. Does Shantae have money coming in? 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 I want it to come out. Does Shantae have money coming in? Ooh, it's saying yes. Ooh, oh no. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Yeah. I don't like that because that's a death card. God forbid. I don't know if you have somebody that's older that may be passing, and it may be some sort of inheritance or something like that, because that's what it came out. And you know, Scorpio rules the 8th house, and when it comes to money matters, it's usually other people's money. So I don't know if you're gonna be finding out about somebody passing away and they left money for you. It could be something like that. It doesn't have to be. You know, I don't know what's going on with you, Shantae. So if that doesn't resonate with you, just discard that message. But it's what came to me. God forbid. Hopefully it's not that. But you have a yes. There's money coming to you. I hope that helps. Hi, Tan. Okay, I wish you luck, Alphas. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. I don't like that either, Shantae, but that's what, you know what it is? It's like that triggered the 8th house, because I understand the 8th house rules taboo, has to do with the occult. It also has to do with money and it's inheritance. And usually inheritances involve someone passing. So I don't know if there's somebody that passed away that you don't know about and you may be learning about. It could be a family member that you're no longer in contact with. There could become money coming. What was your question? Do you have money coming in? 13 is the death card number. Major Arcana. Yeah, I don't like that either. I'm sorry. I had to, that's what came to my mind. And that's why I was like, oh no, I'm sorry. This is the shitty part about being a tarot reader, because this may not even resonate with you. Oh, oh my God. And then I get this card for Shantae. I don't like this, but it's because of what the card represents and what I know about the 8th house. But it doesn't have to be that, Shantae. But it's looking like a yes, though. I mean, we could go, yay, money, but maybe it's death, rebirth. I'm trying to see if I can find another way to read it, but it's like I can't find any other way than what I said. I can't think of another way. Like nothing's coming up. I gotta go with my first. You know when you take a test and they tell you the first answer you get that comes to mind is the right answer? I don't know why that card had to come out. Why couldn't it just be any other upright card, you know? I mean, it could be the end of something. Maybe you're closing out a cycle. Because that's why I was thinking death and rebirth. But remember this, when tarot readers read cards, and I mentioned this earlier, that we have our perception, right? What we get from the cards ourselves. You could also think about what that card means to you too. So I don't know everything that's going on in your life, and that's why I said what I said. But you may be closing, like Tree Hugging T says, you could be closing something out that I'm not aware of, because I don't know everybody's, personal business. So what does the death card represent to you, Shantae? And I think that's the most important thing that anyone watching tarot understands, is that me as a reader, I could say something, but you see something different. And what you see is what matters, because you know what's going on in your own life. And that doesn't negate my own message, the message I say to you, right? Because I'm going by what came to my mind, but that doesn't mean it's right for you, because you know your situation more than I do. So that's where you have to use your own discernment, I think that's the most important thing people need to understand about tarot, Okay, So think about what the death card represents to you. Are there certain things closing out in your life that you're going to be starting over? Are there things ending where you're going to have a new beginning, you know? Like for me, I don't, this is the way I am. I don't want people to come to me and think that I have all the answers, you know, because I'm limited by my own experience, you know, and I'm still going through my life, you know. So, but you know your life better than I do. And I'll tell you one thing. Yeah, and it's, see, like Alpha said, like about the first answer, but that's for me. Maybe somebody, you know, God forbid. Oh my gosh, I can't take another death. Because my brother, he died in December. And he was only 25. No, I don't want to think about that. But that was unexpected. What I wanted to say was, like I was watching a reading and the person showed the Ten of Swords. And the traditional tarot is that the guy laid down on his stomach and he has like 10 swords in him. And that was a time where I was going through some health issues. And that, when I saw the Ten of Swords, it reminded me of a surgery. Like anybody has seen laparoscopic surgeries, it's where they put like small incisions and then you have like these different things stuck into you. So I think they use create like 5 small separate incisions, and then they stick these metal things in you, and one of them is a camera, one of them is like a scalpel, and then another thing is putting in carbon dioxide to help expand the abdominal cavity so that they could better see the organs and stuff like that. So that Ten of Swords card reminded me of that surgery that I needed to get. And when I saw it, I was like, I have to get the surgery. So the way I saw that specific card, it was like letting me know you have to have the surgery. So I'm just using that as an example. I don't remember what the reader was talking about, but when I saw that Ten of Swords and what I was going through at the time, it was like an indication for me that I had to have that surgery. Yeah, and the scars are so tiny, you know, they're so tiny. Like some of them, I don't even find them. It's like they disappeared. But I'm using that as an example for Shantae, you know. I hope that makes sense, Shantae, about how you can see the cards yourself. There's a reader, his name is King of Cups, Kyle of Cups, something like that. I don't remember, but he talks about that. Like when he reads, he's like, you could put down in the comment section what you see in the cards. And he has the cards, like he has himself and like you see him, and then the little box, you see all the tables, all the cards that are on the table. So, you know, people could see what they see, and because everybody's going through different situations, so you'll see the cards differently. There may be pictures or symbols and stuff that stand out to you that have a specific meaning to you, and it creates a different story than what the reader is telling you. So this is why it's important for people to understand how tarot works and not to rely solely on a tarot reader. You know, sometimes tarot readers are really good and they do speak, they get spirit messages and stuff while they're reading, but then some people, they're just like straight up tarot. Like I just read it like straight up, like, and that's what came to my mind, you know. I feel like I'm over explaining, but I just feel like I just want people to feel empowered, you know. I'm telling you that to empower you. Okay, I'm glad you understand. Okay, would you say that year 5? I think so, Alpha, because I feel like certain things that I say is what will it will resonate with someone, because not everything, that's what they say, not all messages will resonate, because like there's certain, like everybody's situation is different. They could be going through the same thing, but there could be certain things that make the situation very unique, you know, because of certain circumstances. But the underlying thing is what I may be touching on that is resonating with the person, you know. That's what I've learned and I feel like I don't know how many tarot readers will actually say that, admit to that, you know? And it's just from what I've noticed about tarot readers, you know? Because I watched a lot of tarot, but I don't watch a lot of tarot readers. I'm very picky about who I watch. That's why it's important for people to be picky about who they watch too. What they say, somebody's yuck is another person's yum. Yeah, the scars are so tiny. And that surgery, laparoscopic surgeries, they're supposed to be less invasive because it's not like one giant wound, and just so they could get to the organ that they want to perform surgery on or remove, you know. So I didn't like that surgery. Afterwards, it was so uncomfortable. I was so uncomfortable. You're all bloated and gassy, and then it was so uncomfortable. Does anybody have a yes or no question? Does anybody have a yes or no question? Oh, I have 13 likes. Scorpio. Just in case anybody doesn't know, I'm a Scorpio. Sun, Venus, Mercury, and Jupiter. I'm starting to understand where the Mercury and Scorpio things, because sometimes I could say things, and now I'm realizing more and more, like, well, I gotta be careful because words are weapons. And sometimes I could say something, not too much, but just enough, you know, to hurt somebody's feelings. Does anybody have a yes or no question they'd like me to answer? Hi, Sammy, how are you? Okay, let's find out. Will he contact Sammy soon? 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 Oh! You have a yes with the hangman. You have a yes. Ooh, I looked at the bottom. Oh, look at that, Sammy. That looks good. I don't know. Every time I have to do this, it may not resonate with you, but I see Pisces, you know, Pisces, the hangman, and they got the fish right there. So I don't know if somebody's a Pisces. I know right now we're in Aries season. We're in Aries season, so. I'm good, thank you. Yeah, oh. Sleeping was so uncomfortable after laparoscopic surgery. Oh. I hope that helps, Sammy. The number 12, I don't know. 12 days. Up to 12 days. Up to 12 days. Does anybody else have a question? What time is it now? All right. Let me see something. Because Alpha says he has a meeting at 5:30. I still have Seattle time. Yeah. Oh, he got see? I have Seattle still on my... I keep the time for all the places I visited. So, in less than an hour, Alpha has a meeting. So I hope everybody's having a good day, feeling good. If not, I hope you being here, I can help brighten it a little. Should I do another reading? I could go into the Love Oracle deck. Let me see. Love Oracle deck. Let's do a love reading. I know that first reading, I was surprised it was love. Okay, Savvy. All right. This is a collective love reading. Collective love reading for whoever it may resonate with. What messages does the collective need to know at this time for the highest? Oh, wow, you're a truck driver. Wow. How is that? I know that there are a lot of female, I'm assuming you're female, because I don't want to be like, I'm assuming you're female. Just like nowadays, like I don't want to offend anybody. I'm not her, I'm they. And I'm not judging, you know, I'm just saying it's but I hear that there are a lot of women who have gone into truck driving. Okay, let's see what the collective needs to know when it comes to love. What message does the collective need to know at this time when it comes to love? Know when it comes to love. What love messages do we have for the collective that they need to know? What messages does the collective need to know about love? What love messages do we have for the collective spirit? This is so funny. Oh, okay. I like this. So far. The first card. Ooh, one day. Oh wow, you're amazing, Tree Hugging Tea. You're a badass. The only things I've ever climbed were men and fences. And stairs. Joking. Not that many men. But anyway, one day, someday, somewhere over the rainbow, another time. Emotional storm, turmoil, unstable, affected. Ooh, but the funny thing is the longing, craving, aching, wanting. Makes me think of that song that from Madonna, Erotica. Oh my God, anybody hear that song? Oh my God. Oh wow. Does he join you on your when you're doing hauls? Because I'm assuming you do like those long haul trucking. Oh my God. Oh. And then karma, consequences, cause and effect, debts. And then the bottom was realizations. I feel like this is kind of like a continuation of the other reading, but I'm going to try to I feel like, let's not even mention, oh, my cards keep falling. Whatever. I feel like there's somebody longing for you. This is someone that probably is having the sudden realization about something. They were like, I feel like this is a continuation of the earlier reading where someone did something and the karma was that they had to face some sort of karma, because I mentioned that earlier. Divine intervention. Someone's understanding the consequences of their own actions, you know, and that understanding is coming through a realization that they made a mistake. Realization that they made a mistake, and they regret it. They regret it. loss, grief, depression. This person may be feeling regretful, maybe depressed because emotional turmoil came out, emotional damage. They probably caused you emotional damage, or they're going through that themselves. Okay, I know that. Is this Razia giving all the hearts? She's like, finally, I'm getting a reading. Because it sounds like it, right? But it's a sorrow, loss, grief, depression, realization. I feel like someone's realizing that having a realization about the mistakes that they made, and they are feeling regretful and depressed. They probably are having Nine of Swords energy, where they can't sleep, they can't eat. You know, they're being haunted by the memories of your connection and the mistakes that they've made. This person may be longing for you, and I did mention the aching. I wanted to say it, aching, wanting for you to justify my love. Is it Justify My Love? It's that song. My love, ooh, my love, for you to justify my love. That's the song I'm thinking about, not erotica. So I'm glad I sang it out, because I was saying the wrong song, because erotica is a totally different song. Maybe somebody's having erotic thoughts with the longing, you know. But yeah, somebody's pride definitely got in the way. Arrogant, ego, stubborn. The tiger, see, the lion is masculine energy, and I've read that the tiger is supposed to be feminine energy, the moon energy, right? So I don't know if this is a feminine that has been in her own ego and has created some sort of conflict, and may be the one that's facing karma too, you know, because it does show to a feminine figure who is longing, and also a feminine figure who is having karma. Yeah, somebody is facing some sort of karma. Okay, let's see. Yes, someone's missing. They're missing everything. They want to blowbacks or whatever. I don't talk like that. So, but I hear that. They want to blow somebody's back out. Some shit. I don't talk like that, but I hear that. So the cards fell and it's bothering me. Let me go pick them up because it's driving me crazy. I don't like my cards on the floor. Erotic, put your hands all over my body. I don't think you know what pain is. So now I'm singing that song too. I have a very heavy fifth house, so that's why I'm silly sometimes. So. Hey Hera, how are you? Okay. So we're gonna not even care that the cards are in reverse for yes or no questions. I'm gonna read them intuitively. So tell me about one day. What is this one day? Yeah, one day somebody's gonna come with their cup, apologizing. And some of you, depending on, I said a feminine energy, you know. This is a masculine energy who's looking at this cup. So please reverse the roles as you see fit, okay? I'm just going by the imagery, and the tiger made me think that, okay? Blame it on the tiger. Don't blame it on Tanya. And 4 cups. Yeah, someone may be coming forward, wanting to apologize, offer their cup of love. But yeah, you're going to be looking at it. You're going to be studying. You're going to be like looking at your notebook and looking at your notes and be like, okay, look at this. Okay, he wants to apologize. What does this apology cover when he did this and that? Okay, and does it include that? You know, it's like this person is looking. It looks like they're looking at a book. I don't know if somebody's been keeping notes, keeping score or something. I said keeping score, and it made me think about the karma card. The only person that could really keep score is the universe. So, oh, one day somebody's going to get their karma. I want to know, what is the Four of Cups here for? What is the Four of Cups here for? Change the scribes. It's the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands. Ooh. One day. They're not going to be expecting this because the Eight of Wands came out. It's in a reverse, but I'm going to read it as an upright. It's going to be happening very quickly, very unexpectedly. So what is... Oh my God. Look at the Wheel of Fortune. It's in the reverse. And I was talking about, oh my God, look at the Tower. I don't care if it's reverse or not. Like, yeah, it's definitely karma. Somebody's going to get knocked off their ass. Literally, you see somebody's booty right there. Look at that. Ooh, I think when this hits them, that's where they're going to be all kinds of fucked up. Let's see. Tell me about emotional storm. Wow. What's this emotional storm? Ooh. Okay, this came in my mind. I feel like someone's not going to get chosen. And that's what's going to fuck them up. That's going to be the karma. If this person comes, like say we saw the Four of Cups, somebody comes and they want to apologize. They're going to be rejected. They're not going to be chosen. Someone's not going to get chosen. And it could be chosen in anything. Like say somebody did something to you and there's an opportunity that they want, that they've been waiting for, and they put their hat in the ring for it, but then they're not chosen for it, you know? But it could also be somebody's coming forward with an apology, right? Because that's the first thing I read, right? Somebody wants to apologize, but somebody's looking at the list like, oh, you did all this fucked up shit to me. You know, does the apology cover all your offenses, you know? Or this could be the cup that this person takes and it triggers like a chain event, a chain reaction where everything goes to shit, you know? But the fact that this card came out reverse, and it's regardless of it being upright or not, it's like they're not chosen. Because why the hell would you get the Six of Cups? I mean, I'm thinking past person, nostalgia. But I don't know. This is the Lovers, right? It's 6. That's why it says Six of Cups. And the water and everything just made me think that. But why would somebody be sad? Because you moved on. You didn't choose them. You chose somebody else. They've been longing for you, but you don't accept them. You take somebody else's offer. That could be what this fourth cup is, you know, and that's that person's karma. You didn't choose them. You chose somebody else. They found out you didn't want them because of whatever happened in the past. You moved on, probably moved on to another person, or you're just simply rejecting them. You don't choose them. Because this is like you're choosing your happiness. And if you chose them, you feel like you wouldn't have been happy. If somebody did something really bad in the past and it's like something you couldn't really get over, and this person's thinking that you could or that you would, you're realizing that no, you chose happiness somewhere else. You chose happiness on your own, or you chose happiness with someone else. You know, Three of Cups. And you chose happiness. You freed yourself. Because if you were the emotional in this emotional storm, that's this person's karma. Because you're going to be free, you're going to be happy, and then they're going to have to live with what they did. You know? You're happy with where you are in life. You're happy, you know, being free and to meet new people, to socialize, hang out with your friends, network, or just enjoy life, you know? So what is this longing card? What is longing? This person, because we got the Ace of Cups. This is so funny. Because, oh, no, 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 you're not falling again. Let me move you over here. I cannot. I don't like my cards being on the floor. It drives me crazy. Over there. Okay. We got the Ace of Cups, right? Somebody was longing for your cup. Maybe they missed your cup. Maybe your cup was always overflowing, if you know what I mean. But it could be like you were just very loving and giving and caring, and you know, you just like were like a bottomless pit of love, you know. But eventually the well dried up, you know. The cups are now empty for this person. You have nothing left to give to them because the Two of Cups, you see that the cups are reversed and those cups are empty. They're drained. You're no longer wanting to give. Didn't I say Six of Cups? Look at this. Look, the Six of Cups came out. Yeah, this is you no longer wanting to entertain the past. You no longer romanticizing the past. You know, romanticizing what this was. You are no longer longing because this probably was where you were, you know. Maybe this is the one day, it's like you never thought you would reach this point where you wouldn't be so healed that you wouldn't accept this person. You probably thought you would always want this person back. But then you reached this point where you healed and you were able to detach, to move on. This sounds like Pharesia. There's advice for Pharesia here, but it's like you restored balance within yourself, you know? You wanted fairness, you wanted honesty, you wanted truth. And I like to say, you want equal give and take too. You want a relationship that is balanced, not an unstable relationship where there is an unequal. There's a power dynamic where one person wanted more control over the other. You know what I mean? Which is something. And this karma card, I want to know what this karma is because I feel like the karma is you refusing them. But I'm gonna see what else it is. Could it be something else, Spirit? What is this karma? I'm taking the card. I don't know what it is. What is this karma? What is this person's karma? That's too many. Well, I'm going to take it. The first card that fell out was they're going to be destabilized in some way. I don't know if they're going to have financial instability or some way. Something with their finances. But I want to see what the other cards are. They're going to face some sort of burden with the Ten of Wands. It's like they're going to be carrying the bag, essentially. Because the first thing I thought when I saw the Hermit in reverse was that you are not alone. Because the Hermit is alone. They're a solitary figure. They're solo. They're on a solo journey. I don't know if the fact is that you dropped them. This could have been an earth sign that you were dealing with. Could have been Virgo. It could be Taurus or Capricorn. The Magician in reverse. And I said Virgo. The Magician is mercurial energy, so it could be Virgo or Gemini. So someone, if they were trying to manifest something, the only thing they manifested was karma. They manifested money problems. They manifested more responsibilities, more burdens on themselves. You know, that cup that they took a sip of right here. This is the cup the universe was giving that they took. That's what the universe gave them. I think with this circumstance is what's causing this person to have a realization. They have an epiphany, understanding, awakening. Like I said, with the mistakes, about the mistakes they made. the choices they made, the decisions they made, and they're in regret. So, yeah, someone's getting karma. Okay, because the King of Pentacles came out in reverse, and I said I was going to read it anywhere what intuitively came to me, and it was like, yeah, money problems. The King of Pentacles is someone who's abundant, who's stable, secure. I don't know how stable someone could be with all these burdens. Those burdens can throw you off kilter, you know? It could be a lot of bills that they can't keep up with. Excuse me. It could be the fact that they may need to ask for help. Because the hermit helps himself by himself. He goes and heal himself. He goes to discover himself. He goes to introspect, look within. This person is going to have to ask for help. You know? And with the Magician in reverse, it's like if they were trying to manifest something good, the only thing that manifested was karma. If they... Page of Cups. And it doesn't have to be a love situation. You know? It could just be somebody that just really did you wrong, and they're facing some sort of consequences for it. Yep. So that's what I got for that reading. Wow. I wonder if that resonated with anybody. Wow. Let me see. I'm gonna put these cards back. I only answer yes or no questions. It did, Sammy? Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I'm always curious if it resonates with anyone. And I like that when people share. I mean, you don't have to put like all your business out there, because, you know, there's a way of saying, yeah, that resonated with me without like saying exactly how. But I'm glad it did. Okay, let's see. Let me see what questions I got. Okay, Hera. Hi, Hera, are you still there? I'm going to assume you're still here. And I'm going to answer your question, because if I go down and then it's just going to throw me off kilter. So, should Hera quit talking to him? 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 It's saying yes, it's time for you to move on with the Chariot card. I'm saying yes, you should quit talking to him. Yeah. Move on. Start looking forward, moving forward. Okay, let me see. Hi, Deepika. Deepika. I'm that name always baffles me. I get the other Indian names right, but not this one. Okay, Deepika. Hi. Yes, you can ask a question. All right. Okay, let's see. So I don't want to think about the negative. So let's see, is there going to be a positive outcome for Deepika? I want to read Deepu. I'm gonna read that. I don't like saying people's names wrong. thank you. I'm not going to repeat that though. I'm not going to repeat that. What you said, Hero. Okay. So I don't know if Deepika's still there. Deepika. Because anybody ever seen like, oh, spell I cup, and then I don't know if that reached other, because I remember hearing that growing up. How do you spell I cup? Okay, thank you. Okay, Deepu. All right. Well, Deepu, have a positive outcome for this evening's meeting. Will Deepu have a positive outcome with this evening's meeting? Deepu have a positive outcome. Will Deepu have a positive outcome? Will Deepu have a positive outcome? Oh yes. Oh wow. Okay, sorry. Look, Deepu, you have a yes. So I don't know in this meeting that you're having if you're going to be offered something. If you are offered something in this meeting, it may be something small, okay? But you may be offered something. It's looking like a yes. I hope that helps you, Deepu. Hi, Mall Flowers. How are you? And is the J3N, is that Jen? Could I call you Jen? Okay. Is he interested in Mall Flowers romantically? You have a yes. That came out pretty fast. Let me see something. Yes. It's a yes. You have a yes. I looked at the bottom. I don't know if somebody has Leo in their chart. Leo. Number 8 could be significant. You're welcome, Deepu. God bless you too. Let me see. Okay, hold on a moment. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, wow. His birthday is on the 8th. Okay. You're welcome. Mouthflowers or Jen. Okay. Does anybody else have a yes or no question? Nice. I should have never drank from the bottle like that. Now I'm going to have a dick in my mouth later on. Oh my God. You know, people put those pictures. They create pictures. Oh my God, I'm putting it out in the universe. Universe, just I'm making a joke, okay? Ha ha ha. Okay. Heidi, how are you? It's been a minute since you've been here. And I think that's the last question you asked me. You were in the shower while you were listening to me? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Good luck. I hope you have a good meeting. I'm good, thank you. Okay, is the sun on the right path? Oh my gosh. You got no, because I feel like you're going to have two paths to choose from. And you probably haven't chosen one. I don't know if you're this, a part of you that's holding yourself back holding yourself back from doing something that's, you know, like going off the, what do they call it? The uncharted path. Because that's what it's about. Choosing the path that is expected of you or choosing the path that isn't. You know what I mean? But it's looking like a no. I don't know if I keep reading this, like, about people not following their heart, like, because the Knight of Cups is in reverse, so it's saying no. And it's looking like you're not. I think you had to shake things up in your life. That, because I feel like, because I just saw the Tower in reverse too. It's like you got 3 no's. So I think you already sensed this. I think you already sensed this. And I don't know, for some reason, I remember reading this for you before. But I could be wrong. Because I know I've read for you before. I'm pretty sure I have. Your name seems so familiar. I hope that helps. Does anybody else have a yes or no question they'd like me to answer? Does anybody else have another yes or no question? Because I could do another quick reading before I hop off this live. Is what because you did not sleep today? That you're not on the right path? Since you came out 3 no's, because you had the no in the bottom, you had the no that came out, and then the no when I split the deck. No, I don't think it has anything to do with sleep. I think ultimately, like, whatever path someone chooses is supposed to lead them towards the right path, right? You will be redirected. I don't know if anyone has ever experienced that before. So sometimes you end up where you started. It's like you get a redo in some way. This card came out again, the King of Swords. You have to be very clear and concise about what you want to do. You know? You have to take off the illusions that you may have. I don't know if you're an air sign. The King of Swords. There may be something you need to cut out. Or something you need to block. Or something that you need to unblock. Because the Two of Swords is like the swords are fallen. You see things for how they truly are instead of being stuck in your mind. It's being clear. Your fire? Well, air is the opposite of... You know what's interesting though? When you think about the astrology, sometimes you have to work with the opposite energy of your sign. Like for me, I'm a water sign, and the opposite of me is Taurus. I'm a Scorpio, and the opposite of me is a Taurus. And Taurus are very grounded, they're very loyal, they're very stable, right? They're also a fixed sign too. They're stubborn. But Virgo, the opposite of a fire sign. Wait, what's Virgo? Because the opposite of fire is air. Opposite of water is earth. So what's the Virgo? Because Virgo is the earth sign. Does anybody have another yes or no question? Because fire is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Your moon sign? Yeah. So you should be emotionally grounded, right? When you look at the moon, you got to look at the negatives too. And all all your placements, there's the positives and the negatives. So the Virgo, I don't know, are you hyper focused on perfection? Okay, Hera. All right, Zayn. Okay. You got a yes. Yes, he's gonna commit to you this year. But he's gonna be very slow. So it's this year, just when? We got 8 more months to go, right? Well, about 8 more months, right? So yeah, it's like that's a yes. 4 cups, 4th month, April. It could be April. Don't quote me on that because I could be wrong with the timing. I could be wrong. I'm human. I'm not AI. You're welcome, Hera. Let me see. 14. Okay. I hope everything goes well for Alpha. Anybody else have a yes or no question? If not, I think I'm gonna end the live stream now. It's kind of right now. It's 8:15 Eastern time. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be ending this live stream right now. So I hope everybody has a great evening or great day ahead. And most likely I'll be on tomorrow. Most likely around 2 p.m. Eastern time and maybe around 6 p.m. Eastern time. So I thank you all so much for joining me today, allowing me to read for you. Read for you as a collective and read for you individually with the yes or no questions. I hope that I was able to give you some guidance, advice, insight, a different perspective for you to consider for yourself. But ultimately, remember, you are in charge of your own life. You are in charge of your own decisions. These are just cards. They're just meant to give you a different perspective that will help you make a decision. But ultimately, it's the whatever decision you make is yours, and it should be what you feel is best for you. So I hope everyone takes care, and I'll see you next time. Thank you again for subscribing and liking and joining. Take care, everyone.